Good morning and welcome to the new edition of Better Thyself segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. We talk of decluttering. As a matter of fact, the process of keeping fine, whether it's material, your household or anything, is to remove all unwanted things. When you have a clutter, it shows a sense of disorder, a sense of mess, a negative phenomena that needs to be identified, understood properly, and eliminated. You cannot better thyself without being in friendly, healthy environment. And then, clutter is not only of things. It's not only physical and material. It can be mental as well. And the different varieties of clutter can significantly deplete the quality of life, not only on the physical plane, but also on the mental and spiritual level. Normally, when we talk of decluttering, we are talking only on physical level, as it consists in case of tangible, perceptible articles, and that's very relatively easy to deal with. Whatever we have in our possession, over and above what we need, is clutter. I was reading at one place that in case you have not used a thing for 6 months, that means you don't need it. I've seen people buy hundreds of pairs of shoes, clothes, dresses, wear them once and never do it again. Clutter is essentially accumulation of redundant items that need to be sorted and done away with. So imagine and consider that according to Feng Shui, unwanted stuff that crowds living spaces and workspaces can be a major inhibitor of the flow of positive energy. If it impedes, obstructs the flow of positive energy in a home, imagine how much negative impact it would have on your mind, on your psychology, on your brain, how your thought process would be impeded by the clutter of mess that is in your mind and in your brain. Clutter is a result of indecisiveness, laziness, greed, and excessive attachment of material possessions. And it's good to give away all these surplus and obsolete things to those who have used for them. Many times when we think that this is our possession, but we have never used it. Look, I was at one time very fond of collecting good glasses for my drinks in the evening. And the variety of glasses I had was incomparable. There were different glasses for wine, for whiskey, for vodka, for shots, and so on. And champagne, of course. And when I shifted, I gave most of them away. They were cluttering. And as a matter of fact, it looks healthier. Much time and energy is wasted in management of unnecessary mess that you can use otherwise and direct towards cultivating higher aspects of life. The same is true of your mental level, as I said, of your state of mind. If physical clutter is harmful, mental clutter is much more dangerous, deleterious, and harmful. And as a matter of fact, the most complex harmful and difficult to deal with. You can throw something which is physical and forget about it. But what is in your mind and brain has become almost a habit, a part of your thinking, a part of your thought process. And it's difficult to do with that. And mental clutter can be in the form of jumble of negative feelings, emotions, attitudes, prejudices, and perspectives that are deeply embedded in your psyche. And you acquire them from your surroundings, your environment, your interaction with the people, and the experiences that you ever had, beginning with a child rather from the infancy. This clutter starts forming in your mind. And imagine by the time you are middle-aged, how much clutter is there? And then there is an issue, that clutter can be by your experience, the experience of your family, your social circle, your political group, your religious group. And every human being, if you look at the past as any human being, a large chunk of your body of mind, is shackled and chained by the past, unpleasant past experiences involving people and events. Crowd a mind with grudges and hostilities. And another clutter effect can be when past negativity is directed towards yourself, resulting in self-pity and low esteem. And when you have low esteem, that's a way to mental disaster and no hope of revival. And then come to another part of the mind, which is clouded by future uncertainties. We constantly and needlessly worry. We know we can't control the future. We can try to formulate a plan, but we cannot control it. So what we do? We are always, constantly, without any interruption, needlessly worrying, brooding, thinking, and very anxious about imaginary problems that might never come across. The future is unseen, but we imagine the issues that can afflict us. And the result is they add to the clutter of ordinary mind that is already burdened. They add to the clutter. As a result, the beautiful moments of your life are eclipsed by the mental clutter of past and future. Result, life stinks as it is stagnating. So in a reality, if we consider things, clutter is confusion. A common mental blockage is lack of clarity that leads to the delusion. The delusion that is fed by the confusion regarding the purpose of life. You spend an entire lifetime in squandering in those activities which are frivolous. You drift aimlessly and indulge in mindless pursuits. And that is a tragedy. And if you want to better thyself, the best thing is start by cluttering. As I tell people when they come to me for advice or suggestion, when they want me to be their mentor, I tell them, first unlearn everything that you have learned. Because the process of learning should start with a clean slate. The same is that of your state of your mind. Remove your old prejudices, your experiences, your thoughts, your negative feelings. The problem is that the plethora, the abundance of the stupid experiences, harmful, blocks your perceptions, rather distorts your perception. Then another problem of the clutter is that significantly arrests, increase the growth is a clutter accumulated in the process of performing your religious duty. People are, most of them, very religious, and they perform their religious duties, little thinking that the performance of those duties is in fact extremely, extremely harmful because it adds to the clutter of mind. You are always thinking that your religious activities ennobling you, making you better. It's not. These religious activities can include time-consuming, little understood and many times misunderstood religious rituals and rites, traditions and dogmas taken out of context, and pointless discussions and discourses that lack focus and purpose. Largely they do not contribute constructively to your life or to your growth, mental, intellectual, or even spiritual. So what to do? Mindfulness. Mindfulness is the best way to get composed and centered, focused. The golden moment of supreme serenity provide a perfect platform for the most intimate interaction with yourself, your mind, your quintessential self, when you can, without any outside interference, interact with your mind, debate on the issues, and come to a conclusion. This practice of mindfulness enables you to explore yourself and know your frailties, your weaknesses that are tucked away in the darkest corner of your subconscious. The clutter of your mind has burdened your inner self to an extent that the major issues have just been suppressed and you are not mentally even aware of that. With regular internal pilgrimage, I call it a pilgrimage, a regular interaction with your mind, a discussion between your brain and your heart, you would find that you are evolving as a better human being. Even spiritually, you will not only enhance your capability to have a dispassionate view, you will develop what students of literature call objective reality, but you would be evolving into a much higher level sort of a person. Positive will be setting. You will have more confidence. You will have more self-esteem. You will respect yourself more. You will love yourself more. And you would then see contentment, a sort of serenity that will seep in, and you will come to grips with the ephemeral nature of life. Life is very ephemeral. You can be sure of that. And to understand that, you have got to declutter your mind and come up in that serene state which Milton says, calm of mind, all passions spent. We begin to see the physical possessions from a wider perspective, not as things to cling, no matter what. In the most stubborn clutter, in all aspects of life, physical, but much more, as I said, your mind would start. And once you start decluttering, life will begin to regain its sheen, its beauty. The question is how to do it, as I said earlier. Is a practice of mindfulness, practice of detaching yourself from the physical, taking an objective view of the things, and dispassionate action. Weigh your thoughts, your feelings, even the knowledge that you have till now. Is it relevant? Is it real? Or is it just a burden? Don't be a donkey carrying books to be a scholar. Digest it, not just read it. So whatever your mind, think about it, digest it, and either absorb it and let it become a part of your inner self, or throw it away. Cleanse your mind as you would cleanse your body. Forget about the formalized part of religion. Let your mind take over. And you would be a much better person, ready to face life anew with fresh force, fresh vigor. Declutter and become better. Let that be thy credo. Think about it. Thank you.